welcome to the Wednesday edition of the Naked Truth, your political hip hop outlet.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm Jimmy the Square Guy, the one talk fly to you before he lie to you. And she's back.
Paris Nicole, the lady.
With the fangs. Tried to bite me the other day.
No, I did not. Stop. You just wish.
Shh. Give me a rabies shot. Anyway, today is Wednesday giveaway, and guess what we got today? Papa Do's.
Papa Do's. And if no one gets it, I'm taking it.
Woo.
You know,
You say what?
nothing. Just playing.
Oh, we playing on the show now. We got a $30 gift card to Papa Do's so you can go out and get you something to eat with a lady friend. Well, drink. That's how y'all can get a Papa Do's.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's $30. I'm not inviting nobody.
Get call, get you an appetizer and something to drink with this $30. But we give it to the third caller. Not now, but the third caller. When we say call in, the third caller get them a gift card to Papa Do's for $30.
Do they have to answer a question?
No, just chime in on today's topic because we got a hell of a topic for today.
Okay, I can't wait.
Man, look, if y'all are new to this stuff, I've been doing this almost 2 years. And we're going to give y'all a rundown of what happened as to what brought this show today back.
And it sounds like a lot of mess.
It's a bunch, and that's what
It sounds like your, you know, now what I'm starting to think about it, your show, on one day it seems like you just be messy. You just be bringing up stuff.
That's what I do.
And then on another day, it's kind of more informative, and I'm supposed to be the informative one.
This is going to be messy, informative, and just downright
Life learned
good.
lesson of good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Before we do all that, let's go to the word of the day.
Okay, yeah, let's do
Yeah.
that. You're crazy.
Yeah. And the word of the day is, those who risk nothing becomes nothing. It's on the screen. Those who risk nothing become nothing. I got a question before we go any further. What do you risk? Don't answer that.
Wait, what you thought I was gonna say?
I don't know, because you say some of the craziest shit on this show. I mean, you just let stuff out. Yeah.
No, I don't.
Like last week, you just and the toys. I be like, oh, you be brave.
Stop. I'm done. That was a long time ago. But
Yeah.
I'm not
7
really a
days ago.
risky person.
Okay.
That's why I don't get in relationships, and that's why I don't get in a lot of trouble. I just play it safe. When I go to the gambling place, $10, and if I don't win nothing, oh well.
Well, there's what you call, or what I call, a healthy risk.
Okay.
And like you said, you may gamble, you may set $10, $15, $20 aside, or checking out a business venture, or just giving a guy a chance to, or a girl a chance to prove themselves without putting yourself at risk. So that's what you call healthy risk. But if you don't take any risk at all, those who don't risk nothing becomes nothing. Life is a risk itself. New job, new neighborhood, kids going to a new school, being a new host on this show. This was a risk. You got a reputation, you risking it coming on this show.
Okay. Okay, I'm willing to do that.
Ain't you a Christian? You won't be seen as one no more.
You ain't lying, because I don't advertise to nobody on my Facebook page. I don't advertise to nobody on my Instagram page.
Your faith is going to be a big question. Sister Williams can come to the pastor's office. Sister Williams, the pastor needs to speak with you. Come to the office, please.
Yeah, it would be like that, but I love my church. They don't.
They will be loving you after the day.
It is what it is. You got to go through life learned lessons, and I'm still building certain
Take
things.
them risks.
Yeah. Okay, those are the type of risks I
there
take.
you go.
What's the other? Like, I don't rob people. That's risky. I don't like doing stuff that's gonna death, like life or death deals. No, I'm not gonna do that.
What about death of your character and reputation? Because this is what it's going to do. This is right here.
Yeah, they can always be rebuilt or say, fuck them all, I'm going to do me anyways. Because they don't really make your life like, what about that? I mean, I don't know. Just put me in a situation, I'll let you know what I do.
Gotcha.
I give great advice. I tell you what to do.
Though she may not do it.
Do what I do, okay? Do as I say, not as I do.
On that note, that is one of the biggest misconceptions that parents pass on to their kids. I don't have any kids, but if I do, I would never tell my kids that. Because kids are imitators. They will obey what you do before they ever understand obey what you say.
Not mine.
Do as I say and not as I do. Anyway.
Not mine.
Okay.
I'm lucky as hell.
Yes,
I tell
we
my
can.
kids, man, I got 5 of them, y'all.
I seen them. It's the Brady Bunch. That's the way. I'm telling my age
Anyways,
now.
Yeah, you always do that though. But anyways, my kids are good. But I got one. She's a little bit like me. She a little something else right there. But she's still better than I was when I was younger. But hey, they still young. I got a little time to go.
Now, example is everything with kids. So, coming up on this video with the show, do you think that this old lady is being a good example, or is you supporting what she do? Let's play the video right quick.
That does not look like a lady.
Fucking lie, hoe! You ought to quit telling them fucking lies with your flat ass. With your motherfucking flat ass, you ought to quit telling them lies. You're a hoe. That's what you is, a hoe. You is a hoe. You tell a fucking lie, hoe. You ought to quit telling them fucking lies with your flat ass. With your motherfucking flat ass, you ought to quit telling them lies. You're a hoe. That's what you is, a hoe. You is a hoe.
Do you think all that should be... Exactly. She got grandkids, and probably great-great-grandkids.
They obviously talk like that in the household, and she probably is a hoe. Have you ever seen Memoirs of a Geisha?
No.
Well, ain't nobody ever seen that. I like different stuff.
There she goes. She finna tell it. She gonna tell it in a minute.
But them some nice ass prostitutes right there. But they don't look at themselves like prostitutes. Memoirs
What's
of
this
a
in?
Geisha. Memoirs
Let me write this down.
of a geisha. Memoirs of a geisha.
I'll write this down.
Is the Japanese people that dress up in white and they're really poised about themselves and they're just so beautiful. But they be slinging it. Well, anyways, the madam lady, she just talked to her ladies like, "You little whore," cause she giving us
Okay,
stuff
but
up for free.
that's in a setting where there's adults.
They do that shit too though.
But you now what are the
She
kids?
know dang gonna wear her daughter out there doing this, that, and that, and that, and she done told her about herself. So she calling her grandbaby or her daughter, whoever she is, a damn hoe, cause she knows she been out there
With your
doing it.
flat
And look
ass.
at that. This is what I don't get. How you not gonna be called? Look, she just keep it real. Jimmy, you keep it real. I think if you had kids or had whatever, you gonna tell them like it is. You probably not gonna cuss them out like that, cause that's just degrading. But if they already degrading themselves, you probably gonna be like, well, your ass is what it is. Yeah, whatever. But I don't see how, that's another, I can't be on the Instagram shaking my ass like I be wanting to, but I ain't got a lot of it, but I be trying.
Like you be wanting to? She gonna tell it.
Baby,
I know her Instagram.
But I can't do
I'm gonna go
that
look
though,
at
man.
it.
My mama see my page. She already see my pages, and she be like, "You cussing too much. That ain't you. You this and that. You. Why are you doing that stuff?"
Your mom,
Because I
your
am
mom,
who I
your
am.
Mom, I seen your mom for years. Your mom gangster.
Okay, so yeah, me and my mom, she didn't call me some night. She didn't call me some night. Yeah, that's just life. That's the. But that whole damn, that is kind of mean.
Okay. Now look here. Let's see the next video out. You know, some black folks, we don't care what happens. We gonna find laughter in it. We're not gonna take nothing serious. Don't care who dies or who's at fault. Check this brother out.
Oh shit. Oh.
Got the virus, hey, coronavirus, fuck nigga. Catch it at liqueur. Corona, spell it Thursday, nigga. Look, I got the virus, coronavirus. Ain't no cure to this shit, man. $2. Dude, I got the virus, nigga.
But he ain't got teeth in his mouth.
Oh shit! No. Yeah. He ain't. He having fun with it. That's all
He
you
having
can do
fun.
is have fun with it.
That's, you know what? That's
Even
what,
though people done passed away and it hurts something.
and that's the same spirit, a part of the same spirit that got us through slavery. No matter how bad times are, no matter what people are going through, how many people are affected, dying, whatnot by it, we gonna find a way to laugh and have some fun and get through that shit. And he don't care.
He don't give a damn. But he looked like he was high on something too though.
But he ain't got the coronavirus.
He just got the corona.
He got corona.
But he said he got the virus. No, the motherfucker knew got the virus.
All right, look here. Because we got such a good topic,
Why you saying like I did something wrong?
No, you did. Let's try to move on.
Now look here. Now shut up now. Just let me finish.
My fault.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Papa.
Today's topic.
What is it?
Loving through the pain.
Sounds good.
Have you ever had to love someone through pain?
I don't love nobody but my mom and daddy. And my children. 5 of them. What?
That's it. You had 5 kids.
And I ain't never loved none of them baby daddies. And
Look-
I said none.
Look at lady just said on TV, you just a hoe!
It happened like that probably back in the day. Just shut up.
What's your lying ass? You just a hoe!
I was having fun. I was not being a hoe. Fuck you. You said I was a hoe. I can say
The topic for today is loving through the pain. And that topic comes from our 2 guests that's coming on today. Miss Gabrielle and Miss Carol. And they got something to say.
okay.
And I think a lot of women gonna be able to identify with this.
I think I heard a piece of it. I really want to hear it.
It's-
I want to
it's-
see how do I.
This is a
identify with
spider web that has to be untangled. Because even to you, even with you, it was confusing. Even with Ed, it was confusing. I think the woman that was on the show that day was confusing. Scary. Unsettling.
Like scary, ugly, or scary as in
She was in
she
total-
was in fear of her. For what
I don't
happened.
know what, but the look on her face says it all. I wish I could go back to the old clipping and give everybody a refresher. Of
But
where
it's
we
on
going.
your site, though,
It's
right?
on my site.
So they gotta look for what?
Look for the Valentine's Show 2019. It was on a Wednesday. It's called
Valentine's?
Side Piece Wednesday. It was the day before Valentine's Day.
That is so ignorant of you.
That's beautiful.
Gosh.
He had a great show.
Okay.
So we're gonna go to commercial break.
Okay.
When we come back, we're gonna bring Miss Carol and
Dang.
Miss Gabrielle on, and we're gonna get into this balled up spider web, and we're gonna tangle this shit. And I might just let you ladies have it. And when we do this, when we come back, the third caller that chimes in on today's topic got a $30 gift card where you can go buy your margarita and a
It needs to be harder than that. They
What?
can't just call in. They gotta have some gushy stuff. They gotta be like,
Yeah.
I can top that story. Or we can't hear your whole story though.
we gonna ask them some questions, you know that. But we'll be right back after the commercial break. Harrison Cole, Jimmy the Square Guy, the Naked Truth, Wednesday giveaway.
That's right.
That's what we do. I look nice, I'm gonna look nice. But this is what I have a problem with. I have a problem with women asking me to buy.
We really believe that 2020 should be about vision because they say that corrective vision is 2020. And so, new year, new decade. I forgot it. We forgot it. So, it's going to be a little different for today. But please call in, guys, and please let us know what you might be doing.
Hey, good evening. Welcome to the Simon's Christian TV show. We on there helping.
And I'm your host, Shamir Baker, and this is Business One-on-One. Today, we're going to give you 10 top businesses that you can start right now. Number 1 is accounting and bookkeeping, business consulting, marketing.
But now, thanks to Donald Trump and ISIS, there's room again in the welfare line. I quit my job, I got a check, soon.
Be there, or you ain't square business. Havani J Studio, the network that adds to your network. Stay tuned.
we're back. Welcome, everybody.
What it do? What it do? It's your girl, Paris Nicole.
And Jim the Square Guy, third caller.
They don't even know the number no more.
That's why I'm not giving it to them yet, so they won't call.
Oh.
I'm going to tell them to call after we get into this topic.
Oh.
And let them chime in on it. The third caller will get a $30 gift card from Papa Do's. Just enough to buy you a margarita and a your side piece. Speaking of side pieces.
Take your side piece out.
We're going to bring on Miss Carol and give her more understanding of what I mean by taking your side piece to Papa Do's. Give her a good applause. Y'all know this face.
Hey everybody, how
She's
you guys
not new to the
doing?
Naked Truth.
Yes, I'm part of the furniture nowadays, huh?
We know we move furniture.
Yeah, I know.
God,
It's good to be here. So glad
Good
to
to
be
have you
here.
back.
And it's glad. I'm nice to meet you. She's
Yeah,
so
nice to meet
pretty.
you.
She's a
Thank
pretty
you.
girl. Little thing, skinny
Damn.
thing.
You ain't saying about me?
You's handsome. You all right? You got? I'm good. Stop. Excited about being here.
I'm excited too. When
It's quite interesting.
When you text me, I said, oh shit,
yeah,
gotta get on the show fast.
yeah,
I gotta bump somebody for this.
Yeah. This is quite interesting, and it came out of nowhere. But I think that it's very appropriate that we do this because there's a lot of deception that happened, and we wondered on that show why the person on the show was so uncomfortable. And now it makes sense.
Let me say this. And she's referring to the 2019 Valentine's Day show, the pre-Valentine's Day show, Side Piece Wednesday, where I'm not gonna, okay. The lady that was on the show as a guest.
The cupcake girl.
I didn't say that. Oh, forget it. The cupcake lady was on the show.
The cupcake lady, we're going to keep it real.
She came on the show, and the show was titled Side Piece Wednesday. When Miss Carol came on and was speaking of side pieces and whatnot,
and we're not going to be one,
and how we're not going to be one, how to devalue yourself and whatnot, we had a caller that called in and even chimed in on the live. And they let me know right then that the lady that's sitting next to you is someone's side piece. I was like, I'm trying to hide the thing. I don't want her to see the thing because she is looking over my shoulder. So, little that we know.
Right. And because I'm gonna do justice by this because I have to stay within my own integrity as a woman of God and as a minister. I'm straight. Y'all know who I am. I'm straight from the side. You know, I came from the streets. Y'all know my testimony. I was a hoe for 20 years, all that. So we don't cut no chase. We just bring it the way I am. People are drawn to me, number one, because I'm a woman of God. And I'm going to give you what you need, however it is that you need. And so I was reached out by a young lady, and I was able to minister to her. And I know that God used me at that particular time to help set her free, to see another direction in which she could look at it so that she could understand she wasn't losing nothing. It was the other person that lost out, because when you devalue a gift that you have in your hands, then you're subject to loss. It's just a fact. And a lot of times we don't know it while we're in it until God brings us out of it and puts us right in front of our face that we can say, you know what, I am better than that.
Amen.
I am better than that.
Amen.
You know, so I'm better than that, and I know my woman's worth. So today is not really, I'm going to say this, today is not so much as to bash the poor lady who's in denial, because she needs ministry as well, as to really give us a perspective on what women should do to know their worth. Because either you know what you're worth or you don't. Because if you don't know what you're worth, then you'll settle for anything. And see, you know, I went through that. You know, y'all know, like I said, y'all know my testimony. I was married to my pimp. I lived on them streets. And I didn't know my worth. But then one day a light bulb went off, and I said, "Oh no, not no more. We're not gonna do that." And so, you know, I think that this is, if we keep it the way that we should, this should be something that's gonna help. You know, I believe that, and we all need healing in different areas in our lives. And so, the truth, the Bible says, will make you free. The truth.
Now, let me ask you this, before we go any further. You know, today's topic is loving through the pain.
Loving through the pain.
And I know to find out that your significant other is involved with someone else.
That's hurtful.
very hurtful. It's crushing.
Yes, it is.
Your
Especially
whole-
when you're dedicated
Yeah,
and
your
you're
whole
giving
your
everything.
whole dreams
Right.
just damn it shadow before your eyes. You've experienced loving through pain.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Can you share a little bit of how or what women that's going through that pick themselves up out that murder?
And this is not like I said before, we're not here to bash anybody, but we are here to expose the truth, because we have to understand that we get through things so that we can assist other people in getting through those things. And sometimes we have to use our own examples of the hurts that's in our lives and to help empower other people. So when I speak about what I'm going to speak about, it's not to hurt or defame, but when I was with my ex-husband, and I was with him when I was on the streets, because you guys know he was my pimp, and I was a prostitute for 20 years. I'm not ashamed of it, and I'm not proud of it. But it's my strength today, okay? I didn't know my worth until I met Jesus. When I met God, he showed me who I was, and then I understood that I didn't no longer had to accept that. But even in my walk, I was deceived. Even as being a Christian, serving in the church as an international minister, I was still deceived and honored, loved, raised 5 children, traveled the world, ministered to everybody else. But on the inside, I was dying because I was afraid to really realize my worth. Because when you understand your worth, you will no longer settle for being in a place because it provides all of your necessities. You will take the chance of standing on your own. So when you don't know your worth and you're with somebody that's providing everything, taking care of all the bills, got you a nice house and all those things, you be like, man, I can't do this on my own, and what's going to happen if I leave? But we have to understand that God is in control of everything, and he's not going to let you go without until you know your worth, though. You'll stay there.
In the midst of that pain and that hurt blinds you to seeing things like
that. For a period of time, because I was blinded for a long, long time, and I kept on saying, to the point where I questioned myself. I said, well, maybe it's me. No, I'm tripping. You just tripping, Carol. No, he loved you better than that. He wouldn't do that to you. And so I kept on lying to myself. And the problem with that is when you keep lying to yourself and then you finally get the realization out of anger comes. Anger in its raw fashion. Anger in its raw form, like almost to the point of like, you about to wake up on the other side, you messing with the wrong person. And I loved you with everything that was in me. And so there's something that we hear all the time. There's nothing like a woman's scorn. It's true. It's so true. And so you have to grab yourself and say, you know what? You hurt me. You used me, and this hurts and this feels bad. And I'm not even sure if I can recover from it. But because I, number one, have children that I have to think about, I'm going to let you slide. I'm going to let you have your life. Okay? Because I can take your life. Okay? But if I do that, who else am I destroying in the midst of it? Because we have to understand our children are watching. And when a man does that to a woman, what he's saying to his sons is how you can do a woman. And that's wrong.
Question.
Wrong.
That's so true. But what was the epiphany that made you say, this is it? If something happened, if something you heard, something you saw.
When I told him, you effing with me and you're going to wake up on the other side, and I really meant it. Like I saw myself physically getting him in his sleep. I heard the Holy Ghost say, it's time to go, because you mean it. That was it. Had not God spoken to me, I would have still been there, and I probably would have hurt him.
Or you'd have been a parolee.
I would have been a parolee. I would have been, because that's how much anger and hurt, because one thing about me is I'm loyal to a fault. Okay, and whatever man gets me is blessed, because I'm loyal to a fault. I don't believe in cheating. I'm going to love, I'm going to do everything. I'm that girl. Let me kind of explain this. I lived that street life, right? Guys used to come to me when their wife wouldn't do, or their girl wouldn't do what they needed to do. Ladies, what you won't do, another sister will. So you need to do it and stop playing, okay? Because
why are you looking like that?
Because it's a fact, and we need to say that, and people are not saying it, okay? And so what I'm saying is, that's never going to happen to me again, because I'm gonna make sure that I take care of all sides of myself. Okay, by number one, not relying on somebody else to make me happy. Number one, because happiness comes from within.
True.
Okay, and having a real understanding of what this relationship is. And if we're not on the same page, let's just split. Because at the end of the day, I still, even with me now, I'm friends with my ex-husband, and God's got me doing some things as far as taking care of him in different ways. My children are watching. You know what I'm saying? What are we saying to our sons and daughters when we put ourselves in a situation where we're unfaithful to somebody that really loves us? You know what I'm saying? So you got to understand it's not just about you at the end of the day. And so you got to lead for the safety of everybody, for everybody's heart. Because at the end of the day, if I don't love you anymore, I still make these kids out of love. Despite whatever happened, those kids was made in love, and I don't have the right to tarnish your image in their eyes.
And I'm glad you said that, because I hear so many women.
You don't have that right.
I don't have any kids, but I watch friends of mine and whatnot. I've seen so many women talk bad about the dad to those kids.
No, that's not right. That's not right. You don't have any right to tarnish that child's image of the father. You don't have the right to keep that child away from the father because of money. That's not your right. Now, when they get older and they're grown enough to have an adult conversation with you, then they're going to see it. As a matter of fact, my boys, when everything came, to the surface, at first they were thinking, oh, mama's tripping, right? Because he had everybody thinking I was tripping, right? And so then when they got older, they started seeing the patterns. I didn't have to say nothing.
You don't have to.
I didn't have to say anything because, you know what I'm saying? And so that was a conversation that eventually they're going to have with their daddy. That has nothing to do with me. I moved myself out of the way. But I'm never going to keep or tarnish who that man was, because at the end of the day, at one particular time, I was head over heels in love with him.
That's what I was going to ask.
Okay.
How did you know, and what was your actions towards being so in love with him, to where it ended up being still painful? Because you put yourself in harmful situations.
Right.
So that means you were so heavily in love with him that you just did what he said.
It wasn't. Okay, so you have to understand the dynamics of our relationship was we started out in the streets together, and then we got saved. Which was a whole.
Both of y'all got saved.
Yeah, he got saved first, and then I got saved, and so we started this whole new Christian life. So we knew each other from the game. We knew each other from those lies, and I know how you come at me.
Did he get saved, and then you realized you didn't want to be his?
No, baby. It's a whole girl. You have to go watch the testimony.
Okay, no.
That's a whole.
We gotta go to commercial break. It's 6 o'clock. We gotta go to commercial break. Man, see,
don't go away, you guys. Don't go away.
I want to hear it myself, but we gotta bring this again, so because we gotta have both of y'all up here. Because we got to get to this.
Don't go away, you guys.
We'll be right back after this commercial break.
Don't go away. Don't go away.
This is what I need for you to do. I need you to hold your breath until you can't hold it anymore. And then I want you to get up and get out and get it.
I was a boy, now I'm a man. Same stand with the game plan.
You wanted to breathe. Let's go. Woke up every day, there's something to prove. I just trust in my eyes, think what I'm gonna do. Keep going ride on the way through. The dream I did, not make it. Poof. Aim for the sky, then I fly the roof. The world, your doctor, just stop your move. This dark, where y'all feel like Snoop. I didn't give a fuck, he gave her 2. We 5, 9 times, get back up 10. It's about what's best for us to win. Don't think that you did.
Let's talk about procrastination. It is the dream stiller, the dream killer. This one word has stolen more dreams than a lack of money, talent, and resources combined.
What you waiting on?
And we are back
Yes, we are.
with some exciting. Now look, I want to bring on.
Gabrielle Wood.
Now, I know her
Wait,
name.
I gotta understand something real quick.
Okay.
Real quick.
Okay.
So, in February,
Yes.
when you came last time,
Yes.
your purpose of being on the show was what?
Talking. He had saw me on a show that I had that said, "Let your yay be yay and your
Yeah.
nay be nay."
Yeah.
And I was talking about if you're saying that you want to be in a committed relationship, then you should do that. And if you don't, then step out of the way for the real kings and queens to come. And so he contacted.
Amen, Lyson Wall.
And so he contacted me and said, "Carol, I want you on the show." And so we were here talking about yay be yay and not being a side piece.
What's the ABA?
Yeah, yes.
Let your
Let
yes
your yes
be
be yes.
If you're going to do it, do it. If you're not going to do it, get out
Was
of
you
the
in
way.
the church ever?
Oh.
Just a little bit.
No, it's how you say it. You say yay.
Yeah, that's what the Bible say. Yeah, you let your yay be yay.
Yeah, okay,
Not
yeah,
ye,
yeah,
not yay.
yeah.
It's yay.
I don't read the Bible.
Okay, so a lot of times we pray to God and we say, God, I want a queen, I want a king, and I'm ready for it. But in actuality, you're not. And so when a real one comes in front of you, you fiddle faddle and dibble dabble around, and you mess up somebody who could uniquely be in your corner for the rest of your life. But because you're not sure of who you are, you mess it up. So in retrospect, my thing was step out of the way. We're some real queens that's looking for a real king, and there's some real kings that's looking for a real queen. And so that was how it initiated. And he brought me in. I don't even know how we got to side
And then
pick
you had cupcakes.
for Valentine's.
Because the guest was invited on to advertise what she provides for Valentine's.
Oh, and she was baking cupcakes.
And he was-
Oh, so she kind of just chimed in your conversation, but she really didn't want
No, she had a whole setup.
She had a whole setup. She had cupcakes.
So she had cupcakes, but you guys were talking about a subject, just like when we just bring a guest in and we just ask them about the word.
She was just still on the stage. She was on here, and I sat next to her, and she was in the middle while this conversation was going on.
And literally, she was in the middle.
She was literally in the middle.
And we forget the rest of it.
And it was really, at the end of the day, it was really God. Okay?
Yeah.
It was really God, because God knows how to convict your heart and create a scenario to make you have to deal with it.
Let's bring on Miss Gabrielle. Miss Gabrielle, bring your seat. Bring your seat.
Oh, sookie now. Watch out.
Your voice is loud. Let me slide back a little bit more.
Okay.
Yeah.
He said I got a big mouth, y'all.
No.
That's
You got a good
move over so you can see us all.
Right on up in here. Right on up in here.
And I'll get back here. Come on, you come on. You come on up front, Miss Gab. Can you see everybody?
It's not even that tight, y'all. We just making it. We just want to be a little scrumptious. Yeah.
Miss Gabrielle. How you doing?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm okay.
Gabrielle's just fine.
I'm actually very wonderful.
Baby, your wings are spread, huh?
I'm gonna cut through chase, get right to it. Did you ever see the Side Piece Wednesday show?
I am the reason why we are here today because I saw the Side Piece show. I saw it and I was just in disbelief that the individual was actually a part of that segment. But divine intervention. God has ways to bring things to the light.
That's right.
And when I saw it, I let it go for a while, because in that moment, during the show, I actually was in a committed relationship with the individual in question.
Wow.
So, you know, it was kind of blowing up during that time that I saw the video. And I just decided to, I guess, go in peace. And then I reached out to her because God put it on my heart to say something needs to be said. But it wasn't only something that needs to be said.
Ministry.
I'm a quiet person. I don't do all of that extra stuff. But I just heard her heart, and she just wants women to know their worth. And I saw that in that video. So I was like, I currently don't know my worth. So if there's someone else outside of my mother who speaks so highly of God, then I kind of want to hear what they have to say and what they can minister to me. So I reached out to her. We kind of went back and forth, and then I finally blossomed and opened up and told her, well, this is the olive branch that caused me to reach out to you. Like, this is the reason why I'm actually reaching out to you. And she was like, wow. And now I understand the setting and why it was the way it was.
When did? Okay, I don't know if it was what I want to ask for you, but when did you find out?
Let me explain to you, because some women don't know that they're a side piece.
Mm-hmm.
When
during that, some men can manipulate a woman.
That's right.
So well that he can make her think that she is absolutely the only one, especially if this is something that he has done since he's been able to use his gifts.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, a lot of women are attracted to a man's looks and the way he carries himself, and most of all, what he says.
But I'm saying, did you find? I'm saying, did you find something in his phone? Did they call? What? How did you find out what was going on?
What was going on?
Because
I think there were telltale signs probably before that you just
there were enough signs, and I was just ignoring a lot of things just because, like I said, the subject in question is a very manipulative person. If he could manipulate someone of her age and as well as mine, we're on two different playing fields. She's a lot older than I am, and if he can do that with two different type of women, then he is very, very good at his game.
Okay, true. You haven't answered the question. What happened that made you find out that he was cheating with somebody else, and you found out who it was?
So my question is, when you
let her answer that one first.
Okay, sure.
It may be on the same line, because sometimes she
okay,
rewords
come
something
on.
that I say. So
Maybe
What's your question?
When you was watching the show, did you know who that lady was? And if you did know who she was, when did you realize or want to say, or when did you find out that that was
Let
her?
me explain something to you. I'm a very, very, very smart person.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to come to her and say, hey, I know that chick, if I don't have hard evidence.
Mm-hmm.
That young lady and I had a conversation before. When she found out that the father of my kids had a relationship, a full-blown relationship of 8 years with me, she was hurt and crushed and was like, I'm going to fall back. Thank you for this.
This was going on for 8 years?
No.
Oh.
I've been in a relationship with this man for 8 years.
Okay.
We have kids together. We have 2 children together. So that was my family. Do you understand what I'm saying? When I found out, I don't even know how I found out about this individual. There was a lot of things that happened in my life with that person, and some things came up. When you're in a relationship and someone's cheating, it comes up. I don't know how. I don't want to go into detail, but it came up. I contacted her way before that video even happened. I want to probably say like a month or 2 before, and said, hey, are you this and that, da-da-da-da. I'm asking questions just to get to the bottom line, and then she found out what she found out. Me asking those questions, I found out. She was like, okay, I digress. I'm backing up. I'm not the type of person that's going to do this back and forth with a man and his family. Boom, I'm backing up. All right, cool. Let me work it out with my man now. She done said she gonna back up. Me and my man think we finna work it out or whatever. I blew up at him. I found out about her. She done said she backed off. Are we gonna work it out for the family? Boom, yes, we gonna work it out for the family. So going forth, I'm thinking that everything is everything. The story that they had was totally different.
So she didn't fall back.
And knowingly. That's where my problem comes in. When you
that-
knowingly
see,
know
that's
that
why I'm
you're
like-
coming in the middle of a family, you are dead wrong. And if you got that man that way, you're gonna lose that man that way.
But you know what? I don't fault her because honestly,
at a point you got to.
Yeah, because she knew. Once she comes to knowledge of it, you have to
I
fault
do fault her. She does have to play a part in it. But that man manipulated that person's mind so well to make them so weak that they probably value themselves less than what they did before.
You got to know your worth. You got to know your worth.
But at the same time, so many men lie and say, I'm going through a divorce. I still have to support my children. We're doing it for the kids.
Correct.
And they have their story. Like she said, she had a story and he had a story. They weren't the same. I've had men come to me so many times telling me crazy stuff. And I'm like, babes, please. I'm good. But when I found out, baby, I tried hitting the woman and my stepdad, baby.
I just have a thing where at a point where you realize that this is really a family that you've broken into, you gotta. It's a time where you gotta step back. But like I said before, because if you got that man that way, you're gonna lose that man that way.
Yeah.
It's
That's
real
what I say.
simple. You gonna get karma. She's something else.
Cambria, I want to ask you. You heard the topic. Loving through the pain. You built a family with this guy. You got 2 kids by this man. Finding that shit out crushed you. Clouded your judgment. How did you push through that shit?
God. I can't do nothing else without God, bro. Like, for real, because this not something I can go to work and fix. This
Right.
isn't something I can go to my mom and talk to and fix. This isn't something that
You
I
can't
can say.
YouTube this shit.
Yeah,
You gotta
right.
go to
This is
God.
not something I can DIY. You know what I'm saying? This is not something that I can say, oh well, I can just hone into this little craft right here and everything gonna be all right.
Yeah,
No, God
distraction.
has to work on my heart because it was broken. God gave me my heart. He knew what was gonna happen to me in my life. He knew what was gonna make me stronger. So this is what's making me stronger.
So, in the midst of that, you were still trying to, as I said, push through the pain in the sense that you was pushing through it, trying to work this out.
Yeah.
I'm be honest with you. I don't understand
Yeah.
shit like
Honestly, I didn't know my worth at that point. I didn't know that I could do this on my own.
Come on.
I didn't know that I could have a job and keep
But you
a
didn't
job
want-
on my
but you
own.
didn't
I
want
didn't know
to,
that I
because you
could.
loved him.
I didn't know these capabilities of myself because I was so focused on this
On him,
relationship
right.
and building that and building two to make them one. So I forgot about this one right here. I
Right.
didn't know that I could go and do what he does, go out and go work a 9 to
Right.
5. I didn't know that I could
Because you
also
were-
do that with the kids.
Yeah, you make yourself
I didn't also
reliant
know
on
that
him.
right, exactly. I didn't know that I could do all of this stuff within myself and not need somebody to build me up or see him do it and then if he can do it, no. I actually had to get that go away from me so I could see my worth and see what God done put in me and then go ahead and show everybody else, oh, that's what it is. Yeah, once you get that
And
bullshit
that's-
out the way,
and that's
then that's when
amazing.
you're like, okay, well, let me focus on what is important.
That's
my
amazing.
kids, keeping a roof over their head, make sure they can get to point A to point B. I'm not worried about the bullshit no more because the bullshit is what put me in this bullshit in the first place. So it's like, you know what? Get that out the way because honestly, that situation with them two over there, as I pulled myself out, I did this.
Right.
They did that because ain't no God in it. You was using that baby, sir. You was using one of God's children. And since you was using one of God's children, he going to keep you right here in that spot right there. He not going to do this. He going to bring you, he going to stay right
He's
there.
gonna humble him.
And Ladybug, since you knew about the baby and the kids and the mom and all of that, you going to do that same thing too. But you might lose some shit because you in a good spot right now, but you might lose some shit because you doing the wrong thing according to what God
That's
said.
where I agree with Miss Carol to a point when English is never acceptable.
It's
but,
bliss.
But once you come into knowledge of
Once
something,
you know.
she knew.
So the Bible says, once you know the truth, then you're held accountable for the truth.
Exactly. She
and
knew.
we'd rather have you ignorant
So
than for you to know
I'm
the
gonna
truth
hold
and not
both
be
of them at fault.
They are both.
Both of them at fault, but at the same time, again, I know you have to get away from it to find your, to see your worth and to rise, but I hear so many ladies, whether it's for the kids, whether it's for financial reasons, or just for simply because I love and I don't want to start over. So many women hate to start over. You was willing to work this out, not because you fear taking care of yourself, not because you just fear for your kids, but you want to work it out because you love the guy.
Yeah, it's not only that I love this person, it's also along the lines of I want to make my black family work.
Yeah.
No matter what comes our way, with God's help, we're going to get through it. And in this day and age, a black family is rare.
Very
you know
rare.
what I'm saying? So that if it's on me to work towards keeping that aspect strong, I'm going to do what I can. But if I'm losing myself and I'm losing my worth in the midst of it,
in your mind and your
Nah,
peace,
bro.
it's not
That's-
worth all that.
That's what I think. I hear you saying, asking a question, and I'm like, there are so many people out there who they find out what they find out about the situation, the relationship, and they work through it and try to make it better, and it is successful.
But you gotta both
But
want it, though.
You both have to want it, and like she said, you have to find. Sometimes you just gotta step away, see who you are, how it has affected you, and where you should be and where you want to be. And if
Right.
you're not getting there with him, then that's when you gotta draw that line. And some people don't want to take that risk.
Right.
Like, let's step away for a minute and just see what happens.
Right. You know, it's strange because when I was going through my trial with my ex-husband, I stayed in the relationship because I didn't think I could do it on my own. I didn't think that I could take care of myself. And you know, the Lord came to me, he said, you act like he done that. I did this. I've been holding you all the time. Why don't you done gave everybody else a chance. How about you give me a chance so I can show you who you really are, so I can show you what I got. Matter of fact, he's the great man that he is, quiet as kept, because of you. See, because we make kings. And you know, I say that all day long. We make kings. Okay, I got 4 of them. Okay, we make kings. Okay, you gonna be all right today. Okay, but we make kings. And so you got to understand when a woman pours into a man, it's nothing. I'm gonna break it down. It's nothing like a woman after she's made love to you, whisper in your ear, say, "Daddy, you can do it all, Daddy. I know, I believe in you. And that nigga gonna wake up and he gonna be like a lion the next day. He hitting everything on the ground that ain't towed down. He gonna, because of that woman, she's speaking into him.
Right.
And a lot of women don't understand the worth that you have. If you can do that with one, God will send you another one.
Okay, we gotta go to commercial break right quick. We come back. I wanna ask you one serious question. We'll be back at the commercial break. This is Wednesday giveaway, and today's topic is living through the pain. The third caller will get this gift card to Papa Do's. The number is 832-649-8406. Call in, and we want to hear you chime in on today's topic, and we give you this gift card.
Say it again.
832-649-8406. 832-649-8406. The third caller will get this $30 gift card. I got one good question.
Yes, sir.
Again, living through the pain. How long did you stay with him or live through this pain until you just broke away? 2 months, 2 hours, 2 years?
That relationship was a back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
And sometimes it takes that.
Yeah, yeah.
So you break that mental
But the last back,
was it after the show?
Yeah, I took him back after the
Wow.
show. Not right after the show. I actually had to grow. Actually had to, because honestly, before the individual got into the picture, we did have problems. You know what I'm saying, financial problems. And you know, when you're in a committed relationship and you have financial problems, you think that that could be the reason why y'all have problems. Well, when I broke away, I kind of put myself in a position where we really have that many more financial problems. And I'm like, all right, well, look, I got it. Let's see if we can work this out. We got kids. You know what I'm saying? I really want to see how I can help you by taking the weight off. And, you know what I'm saying, giving you a little free reign and go spread your wings. You want to be a barber? You want to rap? You want to go work construction? Whatever you want to do. I got this over here. We good over here. So you get the whip, you go take care of, cool, no problem. So when that happened and those wings didn't spread, I'm a snooper. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. Where's this attitude coming from? Because you don't have a care in the world, sweetheart. I got this. And I don't mind having this. I kind of like having this. I'm glad God put something in me, showing me, girl, you can do this. And you could carry somebody while you got it. I'm like, oh, okay. Okay. No problem. No problem. But at the same time, I won't be used. I started to feel as though you're taking advantage. So I'm like, okay, well, let me figure out what's going on. You aren't showing up the way that I showed up. So I started to get my detective eyes on, and then I saw some things this time.
Women intuition.
And I'm like, you know what? Either you're gonna continue to get used,
spies,
or you're gonna move that situation out so that you can continue to blossom. Because that rose ain't done yet. You see what I'm saying? You ain't all the way open yet. So either you're gonna let this right here suck you dry, and you start losing shit, or you gonna go ahead and get that on out. Because God is doing something in you, and you're doing this. And you done let something come back in that hurt you before. So look, you be a sweetheart and go ahead and let him do his thing. And you go ahead and you continue to grow in God. Because if you continue to let that suck you dry, you're going to let the enemy crawl back in. You're going to be right back where you started.
Right.
So how long does the back and forth go before us?
The last time, the last back and forth was quarantine. We quarantined when this first started.
Woo!
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, we
Wow.
quarantined, yes.
And that was a whole year after.
That was a year
That's right,
afterwards.
because she contacted me. She said, Carol, I'm ready now. I'm ready to come on to the show.
Because I had to take time to heal. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to jump in another relationship. I don't need to, you know what I'm saying, bash him and put him on the instant blast and put my business out. Like she just asked, have I ever spoken about this publicly? Never. I don't do that.
You wasn't ready.
I wasn't ready.
Well,
I
here we are
don't.
today, people.
Just, you know what I'm saying, put my business out, period. But when I saw that, honestly, y'all, to me, that lady, I hurt for her. I'm
Right.
praying for her because she really don't know her worth. And to be manipulated by someone who is so masterful in his mind games is very, very scary.
Question. To your knowledge, are they still involved with each other? Now, when you said that,
Wow.
you fear
When
for
I
her?
said that we quarantined together, I had to remove that situation. So where do you go? You keep
There.
right.
Didn't have a job anymore.
Exactly. So let me tell you why this person had to leave for quarantine. When I find out that you have cushion in case this situation don't work out, you go to that cushion. Because I don't need you to make sure you having this
A way
conversation
out,
over here.
an
Right.
option.
Right.
Not an
Because
option.
if you don't want to build on this, if the only option is not my family, no matter what, I don't care what comes my way, I'm gonna fight for this. If that's not it, then I don't want it. If you have to have cushion with another woman, I don't want it. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
I know my worth, and in that time alone, that solitude, God showed me who I was. So I was like, girl, go.
Have
Give
him.
Yes. Do me the favor, because honestly, I can't do this.
Now,
anymore.
I feel for her because,
Wow.
again, you made the statement, if you got this man this way,
You're gonna
you
lose him.
lose him this way.
Absolutely.
And she got him through bullshit.
Yeah. So what you
What
feel
you
about
think
it?
gonna happen to her? And I'm not, excuse my, I don't care what I say on this show. I seen her. Bro, if he cheated on her, your ass out there. I'm just saying.
That is okay. So
Okay, I said
So
it.
when you first walked in, and I thought that you were hurt.
She even said it. She said, and he cheated on you, huh? She said it.
And it's
Y'all have to realize, that lady is a person that's like, whatever you need.
That's sad too.
yeah, whatever people.
That's so
I'm not
sad.
like that
right.
That's sad.
at all.
Right. And you got to know your worth, ladies.
Right,
You really got to know what you
This is a
worth.
team effort. You're not finna step on me to get what you want and then look like King Dick around here, and then I'm just in the corner like, and this is our relationship. Hell no. He know he had that with her, so it's like, man, it's a free ride. Let me get on over there.
But that's going to get old. It's
Very
going
quick.
to get very old, because one thing about a unique relationship between two people, we have a common goal and a common destination. And that's a certain bond that you're not going to have with everybody. Money not going to make that. The sex is not going to make that. That's a divine appointment between God and two people. Okay? And so you have to understand, and I'm talking to myself right now because that's an assignment. And when you try and you go outside of that, you're out of the will of God. You are out of the will of God, and there is no blessing on top of that. So you're going to, because you didn't do what you were supposed to do, okay? And it's just not going to work. It's just not going to work.
Man, look, this time to Zoom, but we gotta.
Can I say one more
Please do,
thing?
please do.
Ladies, if you see a man and you really want him so bad, do your research on this man. Please find out what he's doing in life, what he has done in life,
Where is
was
he
doing,
going?
where is he going, and if his track record is of using women, manipulating women,
You know different.
who are probably not feeling that great about themselves, and they know they can play on those weaknesses because they are who they are, run. Please run, because he's going to do the same thing to you. You might be fine as I don't know what. You might be beautiful
That's
as I
right.
don't know what. But he's going to find a way to make you feel this doggone big so he can keep you right there in that corner. So know your worth.
And that's the naked truth.
Man, it's
Miss
a
Carol, what you got going on?
Like a lot of things. You guys know that I've switched. I was doing shows, and I'm getting back to that. But right now, we have Within Me Ministries. I'm mentoring women. I'm getting ready to do a women's staycay, a whole weekend in Galveston, where I'm going to be pouring into 30 women. So if you want to come, it's $200 for the whole trip, $100 deposit. It's going to be the end of June, and I'm excited about that. I'm getting ready to start traveling again. I'm working on my book, and of course, we're working on the movie as always. And so I'm really excited. We still gotta have me back. We keep on saying we're gonna have me back about my story.
Okay, we
gotta do that one day.
We're gonna do it soon. Ms. Gambrill, got anything you want to say before we go?
Just know your worth, ladies. Just go to God. If you're ever in a situation where you just can't, and it's hard for you to say no, and it's hard for you to turn away, just go to God, and He'll come for you and cradle you just like you need. Not a man.
Paris and Cole.
Man, I got too much to say with that. I'm
You
trying to
should've
be
said
quiet. No, I can't. It's just too much. This after that. That's just a lot of, ooh.
I'm mad.
And I'm already a man basher, so I'm probably not the
She sure is.
She said you're not the one.
Time out. You can't bash. You bash boys. You can't bash no man.
But one thing, wait a minute, let me say this last thing. Ladies, don't give up on love. Let me say.
I haven't.
Ladies, do not give up on love because it's still there. There are good black men in the world, so don't give up. I love love.
I got 4 girls.
Stop. I love love. So
Amen.
please do not give up on love. It's still there for you. This time, just be selective and know that that person's from God for you.
Yes.
Don't let yourself be led by your flesh and his thing. That's all I'm saying. Or the money. Okay? Let it be God. That's all I'm saying.
Because
don't give up on love.
feelings will definitely lead you wrong. That stuff that you feel like you love, it may be gas, not love. So make sure it's the right thing. And that's the niggas shoot, man. We'll be back Monday.
Hey,
They
nobody called in.
They watching the show. They like,
This her first time on talking about it. Bump y'all. She deserves this. You cannot.
that man.
This time you done got y'all got guess, baby.
Go
I
chill.
did it.
She just eats a margarita or something.
Right? I deserve it, right?
Yes, you do. I'm proud of you, though. You came through a lot. You know, it took a lot for her to give me that phone call, and we went through a lot of things, and we talked, and it was a good time. And so we're not here. She's not here out of animosity. I don't believe that at all, because we had a time of ministry together, and I know that God sent her for a reason, and so I'm excited about whatever else God is going to do, like I am.
Man, we'll see y'all again Monday, man. Thank y'all for tuning in. That's Paris and Cole, Jimmy the Square Guy, with Miss Gabrielle Williams, and Miss Carol. Mother Reed. See y'all Monday.
You guys have a good one.